get busy. Another man down in my city. Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just tryna touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama, we get busy. Plug, pull up with the pack and I ain't even bust it down. Couple minutes on my phone, I promise I'm gon' get it gone. I stay solid, I get caught, I'm fighting till they sit me down. You get caught, you singing like a nigga in the studio. Brody sold the whip for 1,000 cause we just slid in it. I really make a house call, fuck if your kids in it. Been through some shit, that's why my heart too froze. You ain't living what you rapping in a studio. You get your noodle blown, fucking with the opposition. My brother making decisions on anybody that's dissing. With the quickness, I'ma make a decision, I'm on a mission. You tripping, thinking we missing, I'm shooting up with precision. Red beam on the barrel to give myself some assistance. My brother come through like sniper, he knock you off from a distance. Big foe with no foe, I'm balling just like a piston. We get the... Damn, heard it's another man down in my city. Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just tryna touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama, we get busy. Another man down in my city. Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just tryna touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama, we get busy. Plug, pull up with the pack and I ain't even bust it down. Couple minutes on my phone, I promise I'm gon' get it gone. I stay solid, I get caught, I'm fighting till they sit me down. You get caught, you singing like a nigga in the studio. Brody sold the whip for 1,000 cause we just slid in it. I really make a house call, fuck if your kids in it. Been through some shit, that's why my heart too froze. You ain't living what you rapping in a studio. You get your noodle blown, fucking with the opposition. My brother making decisions on anybody that's dissing. With the quickness, I'ma make a decision, I'm on a mission. You tripping, thinking we missing, I'm shooting up with precision. Red beam on the barrel to give myself some assistance. My brother come through like sniper, he knock you off from a distance. Big foe with no foe, I'm balling just like a piston. We get the... Damn, heard it's enough.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the El Nino Podcast. I'm Eladio Nino, and this is Real Everyday People. So, big shout out to the Detroit Lions. Did they thing, went to Texas, went to Houston. You know what I'm saying? Razzle-dazzle they ass. You know what I'm saying? They got us the first quarter. I ain't gonna lie, the first half, I should say. They was kicking our ass. You know what I'm saying? Even the beginning of the second half, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like shit was about to go sour for us, but you know what I'm saying? You know how we do, man. We from Detroit. We got grit. We get it from the trenches. We used to playing in the mud, and we used to being the underdogs, and we come through. They came through, man. They did their thing, man. Shout out to Bates, man. He made the winning kick for the team. You know what I'm saying? I love seeing all the videos on Instagram. Shout out to my brother Zoe, Tito, my cousin June, all the fam, all the cousins, everybody that went out to Houston, you know what I'm saying, to represent, you know, for the Lions, for Detroit, all that good shit. I seen a video they had, and they was like, everywhere we go, we deep. Everywhere we go, we deep. I was just loving it, man. So, you know, shout out to the Detroit Lions, man. They really putting on for the city, you know what I'm saying, and giving us something to be able to celebrate and be proud of. Another thing, it's Veterans Day today, so I salute, you know, send much love, respect, appreciation to all the veterans, and you know, for all that you have sacrificed, you know, and those who sacrificed their lives, you know, our prayers are with you, are with their, you know, with your family, those who lost their lives, those who even lost limbs, you know what I'm saying, just so, you know, we have the right to exercise the freedoms that we have today, you know what I'm saying, and they're not to be taken for granted, you know, so, you know, I salute them, respect them, thank you for your service, we appreciate you, we couldn't do it without you. But you know, and big shout out to everybody, you know, who supported, sent flowers for my mother-in-law, Karen Prophet. You know, this was my wife's mother, and she passed away. We just had the funeral this past weekend, and we appreciate the support from all the family and friends, and for those who didn't show up, and those who you know, were able to send flowers and things like that. Like, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You know, it was very, you know, comforting for the family to have that kind of support. But you know, love your peoples, man. You know, get over it. Whatever the fuck you got going on, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, it don't take much but, you know, an apology. I'm sorry. You know, forgive me. I forgive you. I love you. I miss you. A hug. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's all it takes, man, to make all that shit go away, man. It's just too many times that, you know, people I ain't talking to my brother. I ain't talking to my sister. I don't get along with my mom. I can't talk to my dad. And you go weeks and months, and then something happens. A tragedy happens. And then, you know, you don't want to live with that kind of regret. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, reach out to your people, whether it's a phone call, it's a visit, it's a text, whatever it may be, man, because, once they're gone, man, it's too late. And you don't want to live with that resentment, towards yourself, or that regret, that you didn't, make the first move. It ain't nothing wrong with being compassionate, with being understanding, with being patient, with being sympathetic, with being empathetic. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's very important these days to have these types of things. And, there's too many people who, are just separated, divided, ain't talked in years and months and all that type of shit, man. Meet each other in the middle, man. Sometimes you got to bend, you know what I'm saying? But bending don't mean breaking, man. It just means compromise, And if this is somebody you love, a family, a friend, a loved one, an elder, your parents, your grandparents, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Always find room for forgiveness, you know what I'm saying? And who's perfect? Ain't nobody here perfect, man. So, I just wanted to give a little bit of advice for that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's sad, when you go to these funerals and, and then you just wish you'd have done something. You wish you could have did better or did more. So just do it. You know what I'm saying? But today we got a special guest, good friend of mine. I've known him since, about 2019, since I've been home. Good brother, educated brother, you know what I'm saying? Got a lot of knowledge. We've been here kicking it. I ain't want to kick it too much because I'm like, we got to kick it on the show because we got a lot to share. But this my man, my man Screal, it's Inktown's finest. What's up with you, brother?
Respect, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I know we've been talking about this shit for at least a year, about getting you on here, man. So I'm glad that we was able to finally make it happen.
Definitely divine timing. We said we scheduled 11/11, right?
That's right.
Said let's put it together. Divine time. Let's do it on 11/11.
That's right, man. And here it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let the people know, man, who you are, what it is, what it ain't, where you from, who you with.
Yeah, for sure. James Eberheart Jr., BKA, known as Screal, Inkster, from Inkster, Michigan. Serial entrepreneur. Community leader, organizer, activist, revolutionary, visioneer. Yeah, I switched it up early in the year. Visioneer.
Instead of an engineer, it's a visionary.
It's a visioneer, yeah, because I'm gonna put the work in too. You know what I'm saying? But also, most importantly, a father.
That's right. That's right. Let's talk about that, man. Let's talk. I mean, I don't want to just jump straight into fatherhood, but hey, you brought it up, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's fatherhood like for you, bro?
Man, it's amazing, honestly. They always say you would not feel another love that you feel for your child. You know what I'm saying? And so, my son now is 1.5 years. I keep a very private life with my son. I don't allow social media to, glorify who he is or what he does. I don't post him a lot. I want his digital imprint to be what he creates his digital imprint to be rather than myself.
Okay.
So, if people see me post my son, it's like pictures that was months ago, but his face is still covered up.
Okay.
Yeah, I cover his face up with a lion, you know what I'm saying? Because that's, just my biggest thing growing up was Lion King, Mufasa and Simba, you know what I'm saying? So Simba. I put together a collage all the time with him, and I always put the lion over his face. That's my young Simba.
Okay, that's dope. That's good.
Yeah.
So I think that's very that you had to put a lot of thought into that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really how it works today is everybody shares their life, their whole life. You know what I'm saying? On Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I mean, I'm one of them people. I don't know, I guess I've never really been like a private person, you know what I'm saying? I've always been a very social person, very open about my life, my story, my family, you know what I'm saying? I love sharing, you know what I'm saying? To me, it's more about sharing. It's not about like showing off or exposing. It's about sharing because when I was in prison, I used to tell people, send me pictures, you know, because I wanted to be able to live through your eyes, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's the same way for me now today when I share, you know, my life, you know what I'm saying, and my growth and all that. I guess I hope that at some point it would inspire others, you know, to say like, damn, this brother did all this time, came home, been here, killing it, doing it. If he can do it, I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Let me follow his lead. Let me take a note out of his book. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you never know when you inspire people. Like everywhere I go, when I'm going on marches and rallies and all that type of stuff, I go live because, you know, a lot of people, especially that come from urban communities, they don't really go too many places. They get very stagnant and comfortable where they at, and you could take them to fucking 20 miles down the road, and it's like a whole new motherfucking world. Like, and I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And so I'm just like, you know, for me, that's what it is engaging and sharing in hopes of inspiring. You know.
No, facts. And I definitely love to do those things. It's more of I wanted my son to actually have his own self-identity at a young age, because we know that it's a lot of programming that happens.
Absolutely.
And when you know, we got a lot of our behaviors when we grew up because we was around certain people and individuals.
For sure. 1,000%.
So I wanted him just to come into the world and really develop his own self-identity and let us see who he is, rather than us want to develop who we want him to be. And so, you know, I really kind of kept him in the house almost for like 6 to 7 months, really, honestly, bro. Like, I didn't take him outside, even around the family. You know, it was a real big thing.
Even with COVID, and
yeah,
stuff
even
like
even
that.
with
So,
even with COVID,
you know,
and
a
stuff.
lot of people is like, I don't even want to go out sometimes. Your child, because you want to protect them. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as you step out of your door, you become vulnerable to whatever the world has to offer. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you jump off that porch, you pull out your driveway, and you don't know what is in front of you, what's in the head of you, what's on the side of you, because you know, it's unpredictable. You know, and we have people out there, they got rage, they got anger, they got mental health issues, people are drunk, people are in a hurry, you know what I'm saying? And they can make a wrong turn, you know what I'm saying? Or they can just, you know, blow through a yellow light or a red light, or, you know, just every day you hear things, sad things, car accidents, shootings, everything, and innocent people are just dying. And it was like, I just seen the person, I just talked to them, they just left my house, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it just happens just like that, and that's the possibility every time you walk out. Like, I don't focus on them things, but I have self-awareness. I'm aware of my community. I'm aware of, you know, my people and society and all that type of stuff, you know?
Yeah, facts. No, I definitely agree with that. I didn't experience all those things. Car accidents, from drunk drivers to being ran off the road, you know, murders, shootings, being involved, you know, in those different things. So just the things that happen outside of your domains, but also things that happen inside of your domains that you just got to be aware about. You know, drive-by shootings, bullets don't got no name. You know what I'm saying? So just being really conscious and aware of those things as well too.
Bro, it's like, what the fuck, bro? Every time I look at the news, a child is being killed.
We just had a 3-year-old.
You know, you got an 8-year-old shooting a 5-year-old, a 5-year-old shooting a 3-year-old, and it's like, how? You know what I'm saying? How are they having access to guns? Like, you know, for the parents, the adults in the house, like, be responsible, lock your shit up, put your guns up. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just got shit laying around. Your kids should never have access to shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They kill themselves, kill other people, kill siblings. You know what I'm saying?
And now, you know, you got to be informed about that too, because they pass legislation now. Like, if your kid get a hold of a gun, and you liable for that. Like, you about to serve time. They just passed legislation last year for that. So it's a lot of different things that we just gotta, you know, it's more of self-education. You know what I'm saying? I rock with the Black Bottom Gun Club, and they talk about self-education. Do your constitutional right, but educate yourself and be informed in regards to your duty with obtaining and having this weapon that you have. it's a duty that you have to, and a responsibility that you don't just purchase this thing, but you actively update yourself and inform yourself. And if you don't, put that boy away. Just keep it away.
Absolutely. Yeah, because they end up in the wrong hands, and it's always a negative outcome.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so sad and unfortunate that so many children are being killed, bro. You know what I'm saying? And how many young people are so irresponsible with guns, and how everybody thinks that that's the only answer to resolve an issue is to shoot and kill somebody, man. You got to cut the shit out, man. You got to raise your standards, man. You got to have higher morality. You have to love yourself and love life and love people and become a humanitarian and care about people and learn how to forgive and say I'm sorry and be sympathetic and be empathetic and be a fucking human, man, and agree to disagree and walk away sometimes. It doesn't matter. You can walk away. It's okay. We live another day. Every time you get into it with somebody, you ain't got to kill them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you got to answer for that.
Yeah. What Pop say on Friday? Come on, son. Put that gun down.
Yeah.
Put them dukes up so you can live to fight another day.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely. I mean, I got brothers doing natural life bids in prison right now over this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's terrible, man. And so many kids are being killed. Kids, children, babies, bro. Yep. We got to cut the shit, man. No, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing my part. And I used to be the same. I was that. I was a gang member, drug dealer. I had guns in every corner, every table, on the shelves. I mean, I was that. I'm not sitting here trying to judge you without knowing by firsthand experience. I was fucked up too. I did that dumbass shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And when I look back at it now, I'm like, that was irresponsible. It was dangerous. It was stupid. And I'll never do no dumbass shit like that again. I mean, I can't have no guns anymore anyway, but whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I appreciate you sharing your story, and you wasn't sharing it like a glorification. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was letting the people know that I once walked that path, but I seen the inroad of what happened. This is my life story of what happened with me walking that path, and I'm trying to set you up an alley-oop so you don't have to go down that road that I went through.
And because I grew up with the shit. Yeah. I grew up with shotguns in the corners of the house, and all my cousins, gang man, they all got straps on them. I'm seeing it. Yeah. So, I mean, I just became a product of that environment. That's what I was taught. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We weren't talking about graduation and college and investments. No, we were talking about what gang you going to join, what's your hood, what bag you going to shake. You know what I'm saying? How are we going to survive? How are we going to support each other? Or, them were the decisions we were making. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's facts. That's facts. That's real.
And, I know it's a lot of people, man, who like to prejudge and be biased and discriminatory and judgmental about, people from urban communities and how we live and all that shit. But I tell the people all the time, man, walk a mile in my shoes, man. Tell me what the fuck you would have did. You know what I'm saying? Growing up the way I you know what I'm saying? Like, this was the life I was given. You know what I'm saying? I've been indoctrinated since childhood. Yeah. Our brains are like sponges. I followed what I was taught. You know what I mean?
Facts.
I mean, and I'm okay with it because I see where I'm at today with it. Mm-hmm. And, all the suffering I endured through all my ignorance and poor choices and environment and all the influence, whatever it was. Look at me now. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. I wake up every day with my head high, with dignity, with pride. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always reaching out to people, trying to get them to uplift themselves. You know what I'm saying? To raise the standards, to have a better value system, a moral system, to have some self-respect, to heal, to love. You know what I'm saying? To know the difference between, circumstantial and unconditional. You know what I'm saying? And look in the mirror, tell me what you see type shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having conversations about Mickey Mouse shit like, oh, he's a bitch and he's a hoe and she's a his, she sucked this, and who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Look in the mirror and tell me what the fuck do you see? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's talk about ideas. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's grow and talk about business. Let's grow and talk about how we gonna better ourselves and share some knowledge and information that can inform you and put you 10 years ahead You know, so
absolutely, and that was a conversation you and I were having, and I was telling you, like, you know, shit, prison don't discriminate. Shit, it was motherfuckers in there. They were business owners, they were wealthy people, they were educated, they were bankers, they were realtors. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And I always wondered, like, what was the difference? What is it that they had that I didn't have? But somehow we ended up in the same fucking place. You come from wealth and education and good family, and you didn't suffer the way that I suffered. You didn't grow up the way that I grew up, but somehow we ended up both in prison in the same place. And I just wanted to know, what is it about rich people and wealthy people? What is it that they have that I don't have? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it just came down to survival. Mm-hmm. You know, you know,
resources.
Lack of resources, lack of information, lack of education, you know what I'm saying? All that type of shit, bro. And the biggest thing is that people from the hood, we think short term because we don't know if we even gonna be here tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So we live it up every motherfucking day. Facts. You know what I'm saying? And even when we was hustling, you know, we hustled to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't hustle because we wanted to get rich. You know what I'm saying? We were hustling to survive, just to get by. So even when we did have money, we really didn't know what to do with it. And successful people, they did. They knew how to save money, invest money. They knew how to pre-prepare and pre-plan, invest in something for the kids, and buy properties and buy a house. Nobody ever taught us that shit because, you know, we were thinking short term. Successful people think long term. They're preparing for year 1 to year 5 to year 10 to year 20 and what they're going to have for their kids. And when I leave, they got this. I want to be able to leave my kids some shit. You know what I'm saying?
And not dead.
And even though my sons, Victor and Emilio, man, they don't fuck with me, man. I miss you guys, man. I love the fuck out you guys. And I miss you guys. I mean, god damn. It's been 5 years already that I've been home and you guys still ain't fucking with me. And it's like, we're both missing out. I'm missing out. You guys are missing out. You know what I'm saying? I keep trying to build a bridge. I keep, you know what I'm saying, trying to pray. I'm praying. You know what I'm saying? But shit, come on with the shit now, man. Let's get over this shit. Let's talk about this shit, man. Let's build. You know, I could die tomorrow. You could die tomorrow, man. I don't want to live with that. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, bro? That's some real shit, bro. Like, I really salute you for that. You know what I'm saying? And like we said, we chose today for a reason. It's 11/11. You just manifested that. It's gonna come, bro. Keep doing what you need to do. Keep praying. Keep putting forth the effort. You know what I'm saying? And us as being children, you know what I'm saying? I'm younger than you. I could be your son age. You get what I'm saying? Sure, and we had this conversation all the time. Mm-hmm. It took me a while to get to where I'm at mentally. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I had family issues as well. You know what I'm saying? We all do. Mm-hmm. But it took me a while to get my mind right to receive what my family was actually trying to pour into me, because it wasn't the way that I felt that they should have been in my life. And sometimes we got to understand that the way that I want you to be presented in my life isn't the way that you can be presented into my life. And I have to receive you as who you are. Right. Yep. And that sometimes take time for me to actualize and realize that. So continue to be the outstanding person, the father that you are, bro. I done seen you come home. Man, a lot of the stuff in the city of Detroit that is happening, even in this country, bro, because in the city of Detroit, we lead in this work in crime reduction, homicides. We lead in the work, bro. Absolutely. And we actually originated and started the functionality of what is happening in the city. You know, the work has already been there. This type of work people been doing generationally.
Absolutely.
But far as systematically how it's being built right now, we was at the forefront of it. You know what I'm saying? And your children, they will be able to grasp and see what their father been a part of and how he transformed his life, but how he impacted others inside of the community in this world. Mm-hmm. So keep salute to you. Keep doing it and moving, bro. And just know it's going to happen.
It's just crazy because I feel like my sons would rather be the old me than the new me. You know what I'm saying? And that fucks me up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I was the worst kind. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes I thank God that I went to prison and didn't get a chance to raise you, because if I'd had been there to raise you, you guys would have been animals just like me. I'd have taught you how to shoot people, rob people, kill people. You'd have wore blue bandanas. You guys would you would have been indoctrinated by your father. You know what I'm saying? And you would have became just what I was. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to be like me, but the qualities, the gifts, the purpose, you know what I'm saying? The good, positive aspect of who I am. You know what I'm saying? I want you to inherit it all. I want you to have it all. You know what I'm saying? All that other shit, that was learned behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, facts. Nah, definitely, bro. Definitely, man. That was some real shit, bro.
I used to do the shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I used to put ounces of cocaine in my kids' fucking car seats and weed, pounds of weed in their fucking diaper bags. Like, they was already in it from childhood, just the same way that I was, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm smuggling shit, moving shit, doing shit, you know, so they was already part of it. You know what I'm saying? And I thank God sometimes that God removed me, because, I mean, they're going to learn shit in the hood anyway, because, you know, that's just what it is. But, you know, I'm the best version of myself right now, man. I have so much love and pride and, you know, in myself like never before, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I want to instill all that shit in them, because everything that is in me is in you. You
well,
know?
let me do a call to action real quick, because it's two things that children, especially if our parents aren't as active as we want inside of life, right? I'm gonna put a call to action out to the community to start uplifting Nino in the role that he is now and what he's been doing now, and not what he was doing previously. See, a lot of that stuff you was doing previously was instilled and glorified to your kids of who their dad was, to the community, to the streets, to the family, to the clique, to the gang. Uplift bro now in what he's doing for the family, for the clique, for the gang, for the community, the progression, where we're going, where he want to take the family to the future and society as well. You know what I'm saying? Because once we start programming that and community start uplifting that, and that gratification come, that's what they want to be a part of. They want to be a part of what the world is gratifying my family, my dad, my parent about. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to become. You know, when, you know, they call me, I'm a junior. They call me junior. Oh, you look just like your dad. Da, 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 da. I'll be like, man, don't do that to me. Let me create my own path. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want to get drawn into that path, that journey. You know what I'm saying? And me and my father had that at a young age. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, let me choose this route. You know what I'm saying? Just give me a chance. And now he be like, man, I'm so proud of you. Like, for choosing your destiny. I may not know what it really look like, but I see it, and just keep going.
It just fucks me up, because they glorify, you know, my brother, rest in peace, Pat Bates. You know what I'm saying? He was the trigger man on our murder case. I told you we caught a murder case in Westland, and he was the trigger man. And, you know, these motherfuckers love him. They glorify him.
Yeah.
They went to his funeral, walked right by me, wouldn't even look at me, and went straight to this nigga's casket. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what kind of fuck shit is this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, where did you get that from? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, their closest influencer was their mother. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure she got a lot of healing to do, but she done shit on my name so motherfucking much. My sons don't even want shit to do with me, bro.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, I thought that, you know, once you make these transitions and you know, choose a new path and positivity and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. I wouldn't change it for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it just seemed like you think that shit would get easier, and it's not.
Nah. New levels, new devils. That's what they say, bro. All the time. New levels, new devils.
New levels, new devils, baby. You know what I'm saying?
This
For
world ain't
sure.
easy. This is spiritual world. We got to navigate this space. You in a whole nother level on spiritual level, bro. And you rising to the top. You know what I'm saying? So it's some new devils you gotta face. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and you're
for
gonna
sure.
have to keep fighting that. And you doing an extremely well job, bro. Like,
Thank you,
extremely
brother. Thank
well.
you, man.
Stay focused, stay diligent, stay pure, and you still doing your call out to your family. You ain't saying fuck them. You ain't saying that. You saying, look, I know what I did was wrong. I don't want you to go down the same path. You have amended your wrongs and you moving forward, and now you're doing your rights. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just, and this is what I talk. This ain't just for your kids. they gonna have kids. That spirit,
Absolutely.
when you gone, that spirit and energy gonna come back into the universe. And it may come, they may not face it or make amendments with you, but they gonna see it inside of their kids. And
Absolutely.
that's where I'm at. I seen that I experienced those spiritual things at a young age where it was like, no, let me make my amendments while I'm still living right now. The same that you seen, you like, let me make these amendments while I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that way this karma, this trauma can be broken, right? This curse can be broken in my family
And that's
right
what
here.
I'm trying to do, bro. You know, I wasn't raised with my father. You know,
Yeah.
my whole relationship with my father was built in prison, bro. I did 17 years, and I got to know my father through letters, through phone calls. You know what I'm saying? My father, he lived in East LA, so, you know, he visited me one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But made sure I always had money to call on the phone, always made sure I had what I needed, always sent pictures, wrote letters.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy because I really genuinely learned to love my father, bro, from where I was at. Like, built a solid relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like, healing that inner child, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got released when I was 40 years old, bro, and I had that inner child that still wanted to have that relationship with dad. And unfortunately, like a year before I got out of prison, my father passed away, bro.
Wow.
Fucked me up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just fucked me all the way up. And then come home, and the day I come home, my sons decide they don't want shit to do with me. And so I'm caught off guard, bro. Like, life is just like throwing all kinds of shit at me, bro.
Yeah.
I wasn't even mentally or emotionally prepared for it, bro. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying? And it was like, okay, I lost my father. Let me be the best father I can be to my sons. Now they don't want to fuck with me, so now I'm left with this void, the void that I didn't get to build a relationship with my father like I wanted to.
Yep.
And now I can't even build a relationship and be a good father to my sons because, you know, of the situation. You know what I'm saying? And I understand a lot of this shit comes from trauma, you know what I'm saying? People, you know, they need healing and shit, you know what I'm saying? And cause that's where it all comes from, bro.
Yeah.
You know, we got a lot of wounded warriors out here, bro. You
Facts.
know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And everybody is covering they shit up with whatever the fuck they got going
Yep.
on. But they ain't really looking in the mirror. They ain't really, you know, talking about it. You know, I have community healing circles, and it's very helpful for people because
Yeah.
it allows you, you know, a space and a time to be vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And be able to talk about, you know, the types of things, you know, all the bullshit everybody went through with, you know, domestic violence, sex abuse, drug addict, you know, alcohol. I mean, all that shit, bro. You know, everything that's destroyed our people and our community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we need to heal from it.
No, that's facts. That's facts to give perspective too. A lot of people need to hear perspectives. You know, other people's stories, walking in the day in their life in their shoes and be like, damn, you know, my stuff might not be as that bad, but it is bad that I went through these things, but some things ain't as bad as others that done walked in the shoes. You know what I'm saying? So I like that, healing circles.
Ain't no doubt about it. And I learned that shit in prison. You know, I learned so much shit in prison. It was just like God knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
When he put me in these different places, different compounds, different, just everything, bro. Like, when you're suffering, in the midst of suffering, it don't make sense to you. And it's not until later on that you see the purpose in the suffering. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, God knew what he was doing with me the whole time. Because when I came home, everything that I learned in there, I was able to apply out here and be super successful, bro. You know what I'm saying? And make a huge impact. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Implementation is actualization, man. So
talking about critical thinking, effective communication, parenting, anger management, like all that type of shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Practicing diplomacy skills, you know, public speaking, just learning new words and learning how to articulate yourself. And I mean, you know, they took a regular street guy like me. I didn't know shit but the streets. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you go to prison, bro, that shit either gonna bring out the best in you or the worst in you, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, for the first 12 years, I was a product of the environment. You know what I'm saying? I had to do what I had to do to survive. But ultimately, once I started hitting this growth spurt, man, I embraced that shit because at the end of the day, I wanted different. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I didn't just come this far to just come this far. You know what I'm saying? I didn't suffer for nothing. This shit got purpose behind it, you know?
It definitely got purpose.
And that's why I walk like a giant today. You know, I walk fearless. I walk faithful. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm here for the long run. You know what I'm saying? But if I was to die tomorrow, man, I'd be okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I did what I was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? There's too many people, they live to feed the flesh and they neglect the spirit. The flesh ain't shit without the spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
For sure, man.
Facts.
Man,
we just did church.
Woo! For sure,
church
man.
In the streets, for
That's
sure.
real shit, baby.
Man.
You know, I felt like, you know, like I got crucified too.
Yeah.
I had to carry a cross for a long time. I was crucified too. You know what I'm saying? But shit, I came back to life. You know what I'm saying? I was renewed, baby. And I came home and got to redeeming my motherfucking self. Yeah, I had to get good with God and right all my motherfucking wrongs.
Facts.
Real.
Man. Facts. Oh,
and
man.
I love it, man. You know
man.
what I'm saying?
It's a forever journey. That one, once you own it, it's the road to redemption. You can't go nowhere else.
Can't never go
Even
backwards.
when you try, you gonna fall forward.
And it's just too many people though who know better don't show better though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them. Fuck it. I got it. I'm gonna utilize it to the best of my ability, and I'm gonna educate everybody. You know what I'm saying? You got people who got the knowledge and the experience, but they don't want to share it because they want to keep people below them. You know what I'm saying?
No, that definitely can't continuously happen because our world is too big, and now we're in the digital age where now this gonna last forever. You know what I'm saying? Like this is lasting forever. This is how our children are gonna be able to learn. You know what I'm saying? So continue to speak that knowledge, continue to educate, continue to use your platform as the way that you utilize your platform as well. Real life people, real experiences, testimonials, and also vision.
Absolutely. So tomorrow we're going to the Capitol building in Lansing. They're having a second look rally. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, me and my team, you know what I'm saying? We just gave a new name to our team, you know. We've been doing CVI work, community violence intervention in Southwest and also downriver. Mm-hmm. But we finally got our own name, and we decided to call it the Peacekeepers. You know what I'm
really?
saying?
Okay.
So it's official, you know, we're the Peacekeepers, and that's what we intend to do as much as we can.
Okay.
You know, it's sad, it's unfortunate. Over just this past weekend, 6 people were shot.
Yeah.
2 were fatally killed. 4 people going to prison. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just the whole vicious cycle, bro. You know what I'm saying? And but you know, I know we can't stop everything and everybody, but the thing is just to minimize it. You know what I'm saying? To educate people and do the best that we can to, you know, help people on that transition. You know, because there's people that want to change, they just don't know where to start. You know.
No, that's facts.
Or they worried about what people are going to say about them, what they going to think. I can't change, baby. My family. Break them vicious cycles, man. Break them cycles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Get a new way. Get a new way of life. You know what I'm saying? Because life is beautiful, man. Life is what you make. You could either sit there and lay in the shit, or you can get up, shake that shit off, and get to pushing, man. You know, just last week, me and my wife, we went and got a 2025 Chevy Trax. You know what I'm saying? Like, for once in my life, I had the fucking credentials. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I had, you need pay check stubs, I got you. You need bank statements, I got you. You need some money to put down, I got you.
And you ain't have to call nobody. Hey, bro, can you put this paperwork together for me, man?
I need put it in your name and all that old shit that motherfuckers got to do. You know what I'm saying? It was me, man. I'm proud, bro. I'm proud of that, bro. Man. I was like, damn, you know, I never see myself in that light. And here I am making it happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? In real time and in real life. I'm like, what? We still in 2024 and I got me a 25? Motherfucker can't tell me shit. You know? And that bitch Honolulu blue. You know what
that
I mean?
bitch beautiful too, bro.
Fuck yeah, man. Yeah. And I mean, it's just shit like that it got me so motivated, bro. You know what I'm saying? To just want to continue to do good and just get this money, because that's what it takes to live. You know what I'm saying? You want the way you want to live.
No, that's facts. This
life is expensive.
This society it's corporation. It's business, economics. Everything in the United States is economics. The whole world. Everything.
You can't do shit without no money, man. Ask a motherfucker that ain't got none what they did today. They sat they motherfucking ass at home, if they even got a home to sit in. You know what I mean?
But they might have ended up getting a hustle too, though. Yeah. You know, even the people that don't have that much, you see people panhandlers. What they doing? They get money away. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely,
like you said, if you don't have it, you sitting at home not doing nothing, or hopefully you strategizing and praying and writing down a plan to go execute to get get to the bag.
Man,
so.
they used to get my ass because, you know, I'm an old good-hearted motherfucker. So every
Yeah.
time I seen them, I felt bad for them.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm the type of motherfucker, I'm going to give you $3, $5, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, one day I was with my man's Pat, man. We was going to Family Dollar over there in Ecorse on Southfield. And one of them guys, he was standing out there, couldn't wait for a motherfucker to walk up to ask for something. And Pat was like, that's one of my custos and shit. You know what I'm saying?
They did the real life hit you like,
yeah.
dang, what the heck?
So Pat like, what up, though? Dog was like, shit, I'm out here hustling, baby. I said, you some of my bitch. You'll never get a motherfucking dollar out of me again. You out here hustling a nigga, working on a nigga's little sensitive heart. You know, I'm feeling bad for you because you looking like you ate porridge all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And asking you for a minute amount. Man, come on, let me just get 50 cents. But how many 50 cents have you asked for?
Man,
like, it just happened to me.
It
just happened to me, man. He walked up to me at the grocery market. A gentleman walked up and was like, man, can I just, get 60 cents? I'm not about to give you 60 cents. I just walked, like, let me see what change I got. Looked in there, grabbed all the change and said, here, right? Thinking he's just going to go leave. He counted it right in my face and then waited for the next person to come. And I'm sitting in the car looking at him like, you motherfucker.
Man, dog.
Like, this is just your hustle. But you got to get it how you live. I get it. But I just know not to give all. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I be selective. If I have it, yeah, I'm going to give it. I know you out here hustling. You out here doing your thing.
Man, listen.
So if I have it then and there, yeah, I'll give it. But I just can't every time I see somebody now. I used to be that same person. Even if you hungry, let's go buy some food. Don't tell me you hungry because I'm going to take you in there to go get the food.
For
no,
sure.
I'm good.
Yeah,
you ain't want it then.
You
ain't
garbage.
hungry. You ain't
Listen, we got one. I go to Myers up here on Eureka, right here in Taylor. That's, it's right around the corner, so it's easy. There's this lady, I call her the crying crackhead. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I see her, sir, please. And I say, you should have been a fucking actress. You know what I'm saying?
That was her mode.
Because she does it for everybody. I mean, real fucking tears. I say, that's
wow.
the crying crackhead right there. Then you got these new hustles. They're like older dudes. It happened to me 2-3 times already. Motherfucker, hey man, I live in Toledo, Ohio. My car broke down. I need about $5-6 so I can take the bus and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I'm an empath, so I'm very empathetic. I'm like, what would I do if I was fucking broke down somewhere and I didn't have no money, or I'd want somebody to help me. You know what I'm saying?
I got hit with that before too.
Then I see the nigga working some other people, and so I said, you son of a bitch. And then it happened to me like 2-3 different times. I said, bitch, I already know your game. Your motherfucking cousin already tried to run that shit on me. For real, that shit crazy. I just tell motherfuckers, I don't got no cash on me. I just got cards.
I've been doing that.
I keep it simple.
I be telling them, you got Cash App? They be like, no, because I know you don't got no phone. So you got Cash App.
It's crazy, man. And then just seeing homelessness like it is anymore, bro. When I came home in 2019, I never seen that shit in Detroit like that, bro. Man, I went to East LA last summer, man. My stepmother, rest her soul, man, bro. They have communities of just home. I'm talking about they got tents. This motherfuckers got vehicles and they just living out their vehicles. They pull up to their spot. They got their tent, they whole little setup, and they just living out there. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers got folding chairs and little grills, and I'm like,
when
damn.
we was out, I think when we was out there for the CVI with the White House initiative, did you come out there? You didn't make it out there? No. Yeah, we was all out there, and I went over there.
Ray Wine.
It was Detroit Friends and Family. It was Ceasefire. It was Force Detroit. I think that was, and then we had Supreme Felons. They was out there at that time too. And we did that training with the White House for the CVI work. And my homeboy, shout out to my homeboy Terrence from Detroit, but stay in LA. I see greatness in you. I ended up calling like, hey, I'm in LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's link up. He took me over to Skid Row, bro. And you know what I'm saying? He was just like, yeah, bro, I'm going to take you around real quick, this and that. We went over to Skid Row, and I was like, bro, this a whole homeless community? He like, yeah. He was like, this what you be seeing on social. I was like, is this the police station? He like, yeah. It's right outside the police station. I'm like, whoa, bro.
You know what was crazy to me is seeing both rich and poor exist in the same time in the same space. When I went to Las Vegas, I mean, it is extravagant out there. Every casino is just glamorous, and then I look over here and I see a whole line of just homeless people sleeping out there, eating on there under the tree, taking a bath in the fountains and shit. The you know what I'm saying, the water fountains, and you know what I'm saying. I'm just like, how does everybody coexist? You know, you look over here and you have this big casino with big, you know, lights and everything's just, and then at the same time, you know, you got, you know, that, you know, and it's like, how does it coincide? You know,
it's so much money that generate and move through Vegas as well. You know, off the strips, so much money. So much money. Man,
them motherfuckers, them people, them girls, what are they, like show dancers?
Oh, yeah.
And they be posted outside and shit like, hey, we'll take a picture with you. Scamming motherfuckers, you hear me? So me and my wife, I'm like, hey, let's take a picture with her. It'd be cool. Yeah, that'll be $20.
Sure, you got
said,
20.
Bitch, you first of all, you took a picture with my motherfucking phone. How the fuck I owe you 20? Then she said, oh, it's 20 a piece.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Because, you know, we work for the casino and all. I was like, you scamming ass motherfuckers. I ain't fucking with you.
They hit me for a 50 ball one time when I was out there.
Never again. One shot, one kill. Bitch, you killed it for everybody.
I don't even go outside in Vegas no more. I try to stay in the room.
What's the other spot off of Vegas? Damn, what's that
Which
shit
one?
called?
You got
It's off the strip.
Off the strip.
Yeah, they got all the crazy shit there. They got all, you know what I'm saying, people juggling and just doing all that shit. Damn, I can't remember the name of it.
I can't think of that part right now.
But speaking of Vegas, man, like, what's up? What's up with these wine bottles, bro?
Yeah, man. So through this process, you know, in my life, man, I said earlier, you know, serial entrepreneur. We talked about you don't got no money, you really ain't doing, you can't do nothing. You can't do fulfill what you want to do and see or leave a legacy for your family. So this right here actually is Motu VJ Spirits. We're a Michigan-based spirits company, black-owned spirits company.
Motu VJ.
Yeah, Motu VJ is actually Latin, and it's actually on the seal of Grand Rapids, and it means strength and activity. So it's Latin for strength and activity. And so our activity is community. So Motu VJ is strength and community. That's the name of our brand and our company. And I met my business partners in like 2021.
Okay.
And they originated the company out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Black, you know, Grand Rapids is the second largest city in the state of Michigan, but it's predominantly a white, you know, community. And so they was out in the city doing a launch of the champagne. And I got introduced to them, and you know, from there I'm like, you know, I like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm a pro-black person, you know what I'm saying? I do a lot of community work. I just want to help you, you know, get it out here, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to be an influencer because that was the trend at the time, right? But then I really like set aside and was like, you know, let me evaluate something, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me do an evaluation, and I evaluated, talked to him, had a conversation with him. And I'm a big follower of Nipsey Hussle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anytime that you do negotiations, you negotiate equity. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we had a conversation. They was like, hey, they brought it forth to me like, hey, what you think about being a part of the company? And I'm like, what you mean? Like, you talking equity? They like, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, let's have that conversation. Like, because I wanted to have a conversation with y'all, but I wanted you to see the motion first. And so we ended up locking in the deal. And we have this is the main product of our company. This is our signature drink, our Brut champagne. So, you know, I brought a bottle for you to keep in the man cave at the studio. Yeah. But we're gonna pop one. We're gonna pop one and take some drinks so you can taste it as well. But our portfolio consists of 4 products. 3 products that's on the market right now, which is our Brut champagne. We have a sweet rosé red wine called Eye Candy that's dedicated to women and
like
ladies.
It.
Yeah. And it's called Eye Candy. The slogan is "She Saw, She Conquered." Then we have a vodka that's on the market as well called Avani Supreme, gluten-free, corn-based, all our products are made with Michigan produce. So we wanted to amplify what products and what produce we actually have here in the great state of Michigan as well, where you don't got to continue to import things as well. Like we got a great agriculture here in Michigan with the best water as well, right?
Damn, that's dope.
And so our
is dope, bro.
Appreciate it. Our final product that we brought out was in collaboration with my brother Ty Mopkins, who is the creative director, designer for Starter, Pony.
Yes,
you know,
yes, he makes a lot of that Pistons.
Yeah,
stuff.
he do the Piston stuff. You know, shout out. He just won an Emmy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
with the Detroit
shout out
Pistons.
to Ty Mopkins, man. I would love to get him on the podcast, man.
For sure, man. Ty, you listening? You already know, man.
Yeah,
he has a wine called Roseline Select, which is dedicated to the street Roseline that he grew up on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when he came on as a partner, we was like, hey, let's, he wanted to come out with a signature of wines. He had hit me up, and I'm like, this is what I got going on. These my business partners. He like, man, Screal, I really want to get into the wine industry. I've been wanting to get into it for a while, because in all these spaces that I go in, I'm always celebrating with somebody else's stuff, and I'm never celebrating with my stuff or black products. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, let's get it going. So we've been on this journey since 2020, 2021, man. We've been doing good. I actually, like I told you,
glad I know about it.
Yeah,
I'm fucking with it.
And we in over 260 Meijer locations throughout the state of Michigan.
So they can find them in Myers.
You can find us in Myers. And if you can't find us, all you have to do is ask for us. We always teach supply and demand, just like anything. Mm-hmm. So if you can't find us in your find us in your liquor store, all you have to do is request it. It's all about supply and demand, the basis of economics. If you learn economics in school, so it's all about supply and demand. So just request Motu VJ spirits products at your neighborhood liquor store. That way you don't have to make that long commute. But it is delicious. This is a house champagne, so it's a screw top. You still will get that bubbly feel with this as well. And then the wine is a sweet rosé, so you're going to get a lot of different flavors with that. You're going to get grapefruit, watermelon, apple, candy flavor, so it's a nice sweet. It is going to, in the end, it'll sneak up on you. So you're going to think it's like candy and Kool-Aid, but you actually get your nice buzz from it as well. And then the Roseline Select is a pineapple rosé, and we're actually going to be relaunching that soon. So be looking forward and looking out to all the products. Motu VJ Spirits. You can follow us on social media. Motu MOTU _ VIGET. Motu VJ Spirits. But yeah, we gonna keep this. I got you, bro. We gonna keep it rolling, man. I told Nino about the serial entrepreneurship. We gonna crack open the bottles. But you definitely, through this process of life, through this journey, I definitely had to understand that in life, to leave a legacy, you had to set up foundations. You had to set up structures for it to be sustainable. And this was just one of the first that I negotiated to set up. But I'm pulled into a lot of different investments as well. Also, Takers Gaming is an esports facility, which my family and a good friend is putting together. We're collectively putting this initiative together to drive the social awareness and the economic development within inside of esports. Our kids play video games all the time, but we look at more of consumer sides of things, right? And so we want to make sure that they're on the monetary aspects of things as well, where they can offset some household income inside of our communities as well. We allowing our children to play the game, we invest into them, but it also can be a career. It just doesn't have to be a hobby. And both of those things are things that we are, within the black and brown community, we have less than 1% ownership in. You know what I'm saying? So in the spirits industry, in this industry, black and brown have less than 1% ownership within inside this industry. So a lot of the products that we do consume are not black and brown ownership products. And so we wanted to make sure that we get into an industry that we can amplify, you know, who we are. You know what I'm saying? We one of the biggest consumers in the black and brown community. We have liquor stores on every corner, just like a church, right? And so my mindset with being a part of grassroots organizing, not just locally, but nationally, was everywhere when I went to a hood, I seen a liquor store. And then we talked about business ownership and property. And people kept saying, we don't own the building. But then I'm like, we don't got the bag to buy the building, but let's create the product. And they got to buy the product first before they even sell it back to us. So then that's how I looked at, you know, getting into these industries, because I wanted to be on the forefront of economics. I wanted to get the bag. I wanted to get paid first and then allow them to sell what needs to be sold so they can make their profit. And that's why I got into the spirits industry, man.
Man, what's up, man? Let's pop this bottle, bro.
Come on.
Let's pop this motherfucker, see what it's talking about.
It's champagne, so it's still gonna be bubbly, bro.
Champagne for the pain. Woo. Okay. Oy.
Told you.
We got a cup. Brian, you want a cup?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Get you a cup, brother.
Sound good as shit.
Hell yeah. Y'all get you a cup, Brian. Got to get my man Brian a cup,
Oh yeah,
man.
come on, man.
We're going to toast with the brother, man, for real. You know, that's a real big deal, man. I'm really proud of you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm very happy.
I appreciate it.
I was finally able to get you on here so you could share your story, bro. I know
Yeah.
you're very accomplished. You're very educational, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that shit, bro. Come on, Brian. Come take a shot with us, man. Let's cheers to this shit. You know, I've been going over 4 years strong with this podcast, man.
Let's get it.
We're going to keep
when your anniversary?
Man, I couldn't even tell you.
He said I'll just do it.
Every day, every Monday is my anniversary.
Let's go.
Salud.
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 Oh shit. Pretty fucking good.
Appreciate it.
It's easy. You could drink
Yeah.
that whole bottle easy.
Easy.
Yeah, man.
Easy.
It's too easy to drink that motherfucker. You hear me?
And it's great quality. So and the price points are phenomenal. Like,
how much does a bottle cost?
a bottle, depending on what market you in, between $25 and under, $25 and under to under, I'll say, because Myers, I just left and grabbed these at the Hill.
Okay.
$16.99. They got them on sale right now.
What?
Yeah, they have our product right now. $16.99 a bottle
Pretty
on sale
good.
right now. You know
Gonna
what I'm
have
saying?
to stock the bar up
So-
for sure, man.
Great quality, and we wanted to make our price points reasonable because we understand our target audience too. So we wanted to make our price point at a price point that is affordable with good quality product as well. So you can drink this straight champagne for celebrations, or
Bro,
this is a great mimosas for the
This
ladies
shit
as
tastes
well.
very good.
Appreciate
You know
it.
what I'm saying? Like, it's very clean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You get
Like,
that crisp pear taste.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can easily drink a bottle of that shit.
Yep.
You hear me? Be through.
I know those nights. I know
Ain't no
those
doubt
nights.
about it, man.
For sure.
Yeah, I just you know, man, it's just really a blessing, man, to have you here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just because you know, you deserve it. You deserve to tell your story, to tell your accomplishments, because you know, so many people, they always focus on the old us, all the shit we did back then. Like, you know, it's like, come on, man. We done grew up. We doing things. We productive. We proactive. We positive. We empowering. We educating. We motivating. You know what I'm saying? All that good shit, man.
Yeah.
So we got to keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Salute, bro.
For sure,
Salute,
bro.
man.
I'm like, shit. I done made it this far. I said, shit, I got to be doing something right. You know what I mean? For real.
Facts. And that's what got me, you know, down the journey, bro. Like really understanding, you know, where I was at in life. We was building, you know, talking and building, you know, being from Inkster. I left the crib at 18, you know what I'm saying, came to the city, but I was back and forth from Detroit and Inkster.
Okay.
East side, you know, Gratiot and Hamburg was my first route to the city, you know what I'm saying? Like I got family, my grandparents stayed in the city, so I visited the city, you know, when I was younger. But when I got active on my own, it was straight 94 corridor is Inkster to Detroit. You know, 96, we can go any way, but 94 is our corridor really to the city of Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so Gratiot and Hamburg, I had some neighbors that moved from the city to Inkster, and they was from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And they used to take me to they family functions off Gratiot and Hamburg, and it was just like, man, y'all having fun. Like the city was just a party town. You know what I'm saying? Because there wasn't a lot of development. They didn't really do anything in the city like that. But the people, it was so much community, with so much neighborhood happening. The families was real tight. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they used to throw all these family function parties, neighborhood parties, and all those.
And most
things.
of the people that were there had been there for
they've been
years,
there. Yeah, they've been there for a while.
So everybody was like family.
Yeah.
It used to be like that, bro. Communities were like family.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You knew your neighbors. You knew everybody, your family, your brother, your cousin. Everybody grew up in the same area, shit like that.
Yeah. So that, you know, that was that start of my journey to the city, man. And then, you know, 18, I had used to be back and forth party promoting, going to the city. You know, I was a cable technician, you know what I'm saying? So I worked for some of your cable providers. So I've been all throughout the city of Detroit, every last neighborhood. I didn't probably been in every last house, apartment, you know what I'm saying? All those different things. So my perspective of life and people well-being is so totally different because, you know, I told you behind the scenes, like I really got to see how people live, not the facades of what you gave to the world, but actually how your habitat, how your environment was. And it really like shaped me in a way. It wasn't like, it didn't put no like, no feeling, no ill feeling of somebody living like that. It was like, dang, if you had these resources or if you knew about these things, you would actually probably position yourself a little bit better. But because the lack of knowledge that you have, you don't know this is what you have to do to survive. You know what I'm saying? But then it went, you know, we used to always, as cable technicians, we used to always laugh to ourselves and just to each other because we seen how priorities was too. Because you would rather get cable than pay your DTE bill. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it was a lot of spots that we was hooking up that was, you know, illegal DTEs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't at that time we didn't have to report it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to report it. Then it was Comcast and DTE and other providers, DTE put their foot down and said, hey, if y'all going to do service at these locations and they don't have electricity because all these house fires was happening and stuff like that, and they was trying to say that cable box or certain things was catching their house on fire. If they don't have, you know, proper DTE, we had to check that first before we even do an install because it's a safety thing to us as well, right? We can't just plug a power thing in and it's not grounded. So it was a safety thing. Man, it was so many accounts that was getting canceled. It was so, bro, I roll out with 10 jobs. I come back only doing 3. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to cancel so many jobs because they had illegal DTE. You know what I'm saying? So then it showed me like, dang, we really living in poverty. Or if it's the choice that people makes within inside of their
man, bro, listen in the hood.
Within inside of they life. You know what I'm saying? Their responsibility.
They used to be running the motherfucking
extension cord to the next. Man, I done seen a lot of stuff, bro.
I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, you know, water, heat, you know, all like that shit. I mean, power, like you need that. That's a priority. You gotta pay for this shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
but that, you know, that actually molded me a lot because it gave me the opportunity to, like I said, to see. But what actually initiated and got me really going was when in 2008 when I lost my best friend. You know what I'm saying? I was working at for a telecommunication company, and my best friend ended up getting murdered. We was out in the club, and You know, it took me down a real spiral because I held my best friend on his last breath. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally, like a lot of people say, you know, they lost somebody, and I'm not gonna say, you know, your trauma is different than my trauma because it's trauma, right? But to really hold somebody at their last moment and to be a part and witness to see that, it takes a big toll on you. You know what I'm saying? And so I lost my job. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go to work. One, because the person that killed him was still on the run. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how everything was set up, like why it transpired, you know, if it was for me. You know, all those things go through your mind.
Absolutely.
You know, we weren't living the best life that we supposed to live, but it was just like in the mind, like, dang, okay, let me stay in the crib because this is where I feel the safest. But I'm a grown ass man at that time. I'm 20 years old. And in my eyes, I'm a grown ass man. In my family eyes, I've been out the house since 18. You know what I'm saying? So everything plummeted. But I ended up getting myself back together, bro, and getting back to work. You know what I'm saying? But I was not healed. I suppressed all that shit that happened. And the only reason I got back going is because I got tired of my family saying that I needed to do this. So I did it for them. You know what I'm saying? But I did not go to counseling. I didn't do none of those things that should have happened that, you know, during that time. And due to the fact that wasn't the course that our families chose to do certain things like that. Trauma. We don't go see no therapist. What stays in the house, stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? This is our business, right? So going through that process, I finally got back to work. And I got placed, I told myself, I said, if I go back to this field, I want to go into the suburbs and I want to go work directly instead of subcontracting. I want to work directly for a telecommunication company. And God gave me that opportunity to do that, bro. And it allowed me to see how other people live, bro. Like I got to work in Birmingham, West Bloomfield, Bloomfield Hills, Wall Lake. You know what I'm saying? All these suburban areas that we, you know, when you getting some money, you moving out the hood. That's where you go into those areas.
Yes,
it's off the lakes. You know what I'm saying?
Success out
there.
Yeah,
you know they
wealth.
It's wealth out there. You see that. And so when, you know, operating in their homes and being a service, you know, doing a service out there, you know, it was like, okay, I'm doing something. I started having conversations. My mind is expanding and stuff like that. But what hit in the world was when Trayvon Martin got murdered.
Oof.
Right? When Trayvon Martin got murdered, I started seeing the world again of what I knew the world as a child. The racism, you know, growing up in Inkster. Inkster is a predominantly black community, but we lost our school system in 2014. But even before that, we were school of choice. So I grew up with inside of a school of choice community where I can go to a white school in the white community. I can go over there, or I can go to our schools, right? And my mom wanted me to further my education and be something. That's what she said. She's like, I don't want you to go to Inkster school. I want you to go to the white school so you can get some education, right?
Damn.
And I'm like, you know, okay, cool. But 8th grade, I told my mom, like, I'm not going back because I was dealing with racism. You know what I'm saying? I first time I got called a nigga was in kindergarten. I remember that. Living in Wood Haven, you know, because my family worked in Ford. You know what I'm saying? Ford was a big influence in the city of Inkster and actually the state of Michigan. But a lot of people don't know Henry Ford him and his workers developed the Inkster projects areas for the black workers coming from the South because we couldn't stay in Detroit. It was still predominantly white and people could not stay in Detroit. So Henry Ford has a big imprint in the city of Inkster. So, you know, the city of Inkster, a lot of people work for factories in the city of Inkster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I was staying out in Woodhaven first time, you know, got called a nigga, was in kindergarten, had that experience, didn't know what a nigga was, you know what I'm saying, kindergarten. So then going into, you know, elementary school, you know what I'm saying, almost getting expelled, playing around with my homeboys, you know what I'm saying, almost got expelled. I done tripped and fell in the lunch line, and the girl in front of me was a white girl, ended up tripping, falling, hit her back and fell to the ground, and my hand slid, touched her butt, and I fell on the ground. And they tried to expel me for sexual harassment. You know what I'm saying? On us just horseplaying in the line. So I'm
Terrible.
Like, I don't want to go down that route. So 8th grade, my mom talk about this shit all the time too, man. In the summer, it was the summer of 7th grade going into 8th grade. And we was going back to school, and all my friends in the community, because I still stayed in Inkster, I ended up going to the school. Blanchette is no longer there. You know, they tore our school down and closed our school system. And I got the registration for school, and I filled out the paperwork in 8th grade. I filled out the paperwork for school registration on my own. And then my mom, she was working, single mom, you know what I'm saying, working. And while she was asleep, I told her I was going on the summer program field trip, and she signed me up for school in her sleep. So I told her, like, I'm going on the school, you know, we going on the summer program field trip. So she signed it while she was asleep. And the first day of school, I'm getting dressed for school, and she was like, "Where you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to school." And she was like, "I ain't registered you for school." I said, "Yes, you did. You did. While you was asleep. You remember? You was asleep." She was like, "Boy, you told me you was going on a field trip." I was like, "I know, because you didn't want me to go here, but this is where I want to go." And that was my first step of like me actually being my self identity and kind of like driving force, you know what I'm saying? And it was the best experience that I had, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gave me back my sense of culture, it gave me my community back, you know what I'm saying? And then through that journey, you know, that's where it was like I got to see the duality of life, of this world, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real, bro. And the good thing is it didn't make you racist, you know what I'm saying? I went through a similar thing, you know, growing up in Southwest, and then, you know, there was a lot of shit going on in the late 80s. You know, a lot of gangs from Chicago were migrating to Southwest. A lot of the Cubans had just arrived, you know what I'm saying? And so there was a lot of riffraff going, a lot of violence. Everybody's establishing territories, all that type of shit. So my dad, you know, he's a Cuban. He was one of the Cubans that came from Cuba at the time, hooked up with my mom. And, you know, he ended up cashing out a house in Lincoln Park, you know, to get us away from all the violence. But let alone we didn't really realize what the fuck, you know, we were leaving one struggle and going to another. We didn't even realize it. And, you know, like you said, bro, I was called a nigger. My mom was called a nigger lover. Yep. You know what I'm saying? All of our neighbors went against. People started selling their houses. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lincoln Park is not like that now. Yeah. You know, this was a complete different Lincoln Park from then to now. And, you know, fuck, bro, I used to get jumped all the time. Yep. And you know, even when I did, you know, get into a fight, like, nobody was rooting for me, bro. So you know what that does to you as a kid, bro? Yep. Like, I didn't have no confidence, bro. It fucked with me. I hated the color of my skin, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be white because I felt like, you know, I mean, fuck, I was nobody, you know what I'm saying? No, and that fucked with me as a kid, dog. I tried to commit suicide and everything. They ended up admitting me into a psych ward, bro, when I was 9 years old, and it was a psych ward for kids on it was over there on Martin Luther King Boulevard, bro. So, you know, I went through a lot of shit, bro. I was traumatized by that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Getting jumped, getting beat up, had no confidence, had no identity. You know, I was just fucked up about it. And the whole time, my dad, he just trying to give us a better life. We was out there, and, you know what I'm saying? Then we was just getting harassed, all that type of shit, man, and just everything else in between, man. But, you know, the good thing is a lot of people who have them type of experiences, they carry that resentment, they carry that hate, and they too become a product of that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't, you know, I just took it as a stepping stone in life. I learned from it. I seen that shit was real. People really hate is real. Racism is real, all that type of shit. But, you know, I've lived in different communities, black communities, white communities, Latino communities, bro. And I think that overall, like I said, God always knew what he was doing with me because of that. It gave me an advantage over everybody else because I learned how to speak everybody's language. You know what I'm saying? Facts. I knew how to communicate with everybody. Even when I went to prison, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of Latinos, they didn't practice diplomacy. They didn't get involved with administration or politics or any of that shit because they didn't know how to communicate with everybody. And so when I came in, I took on a leadership role early in my sentence, bro. And it was very beneficial to myself and to my people in my community because they had somebody that can network, somebody who was diverse and could speak everybody's language, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
facts. A lot of people was afraid to step into that leadership role. You know what I'm saying? Because of how we paint what our leadership is. You know what I'm saying? We always, like, we started when I got into the grassroots organizing with New Era in about 2014 through that journey, and you know, being a revolutionary was like you broke. like you struggling, you know what I'm saying? And we was, you know what I'm saying? And at points we all still struggling, you know what I'm saying? It's still because where you envision yourself being, you're not actually at your actualization. You're still fighting to get to where you want to go. You may not be as messed up as you was previously, but we're still growing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't on the level that we was. And so we look at our leadership, and when we look at leaders in that space, like we don't give them the gratification that they really deserve. And because society, we talked about economics, and they wasn't getting it how society paints get money or the sustainability of wealth is today, they don't want to be that because of that. And I always say now, like, being an activist or doing this work, community work, this ain't no broke work, bro. Like, you don't got to be broke doing this work, but you have to be knowledgeable when you do this work so you can sustain and build infrastructure so that way that you can build wealth as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing this work full time and you're building wealth. You are a product of what can happen inside of doing the right thing, doing things for your people, following your passion, and still building wealth for yourself, but generational wealth for your family, because you're educating yourself, you're getting that learning, all those teachings and learnings from all the cultures that you've been around, the communities that you've been around, and you're implementing those things. See, previously they never showed us that. They didn't want to show us that because it was so powerful and impactful to do this work. Media, we got to understand, is still controlled, but now we have the ability to own our narrative with these type of platforms.
Absolutely.
So what they was feeding us, they didn't show us the wealth, you know what I'm saying, that was being built with inside of that. Like, Martin Luther King has a estate. You know what I'm saying? His family is living off of estate, but they don't talk about his estate. You know what I'm saying? It might not have been as valuable as it could have been if they properly knew the ways to move, but he still has an estate that he left for his family.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So even Malcolm X had an estate. Like, his family has his name rights. You know what I'm saying? And all those different things, but they had to fight for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one big thing that I studied in history, is that the people that went before us had to fight for their name rights. So yes, my name in the streets, everybody gave me Screal, right? But what I learned through history, and we talked about knowledge and then implementation, right? So with implementation, if you look up Screal, I trademarked Screal. So Screal is trademarked through the United States Trade and Postal Office, right? And it's trademarked under social justice. So anything talking about social justice, economics, entrepreneurship, when I do those things, my memoirs, that's trademarked. Like, if they use my name, somebody use my name, they're gonna have to pay my family. They're gonna have to pay my estate.
Okay.
And I did that. I'm 36 now. I did that. I think I did that for like my 29th birthday or something, I think it was. Because I seen what was happening with history, but also because of trauma, you start thinking about death a lot. Just like what Tupac say, right?
Absolutely,
you think about death a lot.
Yeah.
So you think about, how do I maneuver to keep my namesake, to keep my family legacy going, to own my story and my narrative. And that was one thing, was ownership. And once I did it, I told everybody, I said, hey, y'all need to get y'all shit trademarked through the United States Trade Postal Office. And the biggest thing that people don't even know, that office for the region, for the Midwest region, is in Detroit, the Elijah McCoy building. So you can go down there and educate yourself. They do free community events and stuff like that. If you tapped in,
Yeah,
you gotta
plug me in.
Yeah,
man,
all
real.
your stuff, man. Get all this trademarked, bro.
For sure. Yeah, no doubt, bro.
Copyrights, all that.
Yup. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tap in with you, man, so you can help me out, bro. Get it together. Let them know where they can find you, brother.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, SCREAL_Screal. You can find me also with my nonprofit I just launched, Motivating Inner New Dreams, acronym for MINDS. That's at www.motivatinginner newdreams.org.
That's right. And you already know what time it is. El Nino Podcast across the board on everything, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Much love to you guys. Stay safe. I'll see you next. No, matter of fact, I ain't going to have a show next Monday. It's my wife's birthday. So we're going to be, doing something special for her.
I gotta get you a bottle of eye candy to get to her.
That's right.
There you
That's
go.
right. Hell yeah. I ain't going to lie. This bitch got me buzzed. I'm already buzzed up already, feeling good to the motherfucker. You better go to Myers and get you some of this Motu Vijay.
Yeah, Motu VJ. Or ask your local liquor store. Tell them to go get it.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. But much love to y'all. Y'all stay safe. Shout out to my brother Zoe at LA Landscape. Shout out to my man Brian Ruiz for Legal Aliens Podcast. Shout out to the Detroit Hispanic Development Corporation. All my people, man. Much love to you. And I'll see you.